Welcome back for part three of Runway, Runaway. The team has something that resembles a plan. From
I want to
my
go over
brief
there.
understanding, they're gonna try and replace a room service worker and stash her in the underneath of the cart. That'll be interesting to see how it goes. But a certain person has just got an affair from a summer's eve to to go into Touristville. Mesa, do you want to do anything, or are you gonna just drive this man to his location?
Well, since he doesn't seem to be very friendly, I will of course try to engage him in conversation once or twice, but if he doesn't bite, I'll just take him where he's trying to go. I do want to keep those internal cameras and the microphone system attached to it on though, so that way this just might either come in handy or get me some cash from the CIC later.
Sure. So you want to go ahead and roll your etiquette, and we'll see how that goes.
Alright. I do get to keep all six of those.
Excellent. So you will begin to make small talk with you, and he will give you very short answers, mostly seeming to be on his comlink. Um, as you approach the place, he's going to tell you to, "I'll be right back." Then he'll get out of the cab and go into what is a drug den. This is Tursville. They have basically signs outside that say "Buy drugs here." So he's gonna go in there and he's gonna spend a couple of minutes. Um, do you want to do anything while you wait outside, or just wait for him to come back?
I think I'm probably just gonna wait for him here. I have no reason to follow him, and I don't want to get out of my cab here. This is a bad part of town.
And the fair is running anyway, so who
Right,
cares?
meter's on.
Um, about 20 minutes will go by before he comes back up. Uh, he is a completely different person and is running a mile a minute as he gets his small bag and gets into the back of your cab and has you take him back to the hotel.
All right. Is
Uh,
he any more talkative this time?
he's a bit more talkative and happy this time.
That doesn't surprise me.
What kind of information would you like to try and get out of him?
I would like to know who he is, what he does for a living, just basic small talk stuff at first.
So the name that he gives you is David K. Bowers.
Okay.
He lets you know in no uncertain terms that he's kind of a big deal. You'll be
Right.
seeing his name all over the modeling industry shortly, and we'll begin to speak in not any less certain terms about how great he is and the prospects that he is going to.
You sound like a wonderful guy, man. You're totally going places. Tell me more about these prospects you got, man. If the sky's the limit, let's dream big. Give him a big smile.
Big smile. So
What
he's going to do that thing where he like leans on the little window and really gets into telling you about how he's got a line on making this fashion show go all of the way. He's the one that put together this cooperative uh, extravaganza,
this
and
whole
is
thing?
yup,
That's impressive, man. So this has got to go off without a hitch.
of course I planned it, and he's gonna be rather happy with himself.
And you're covered for everything, right? I mean, you seem like an incredibly smart guy. I'm sure you plan for every causality, right? Or contingency, that's the word I want. Every contingency, right? Try and look a little dumb for the guy.
He will stop for a moment, do that thing where he pulls his dark sunglasses down to reveal his bloodshot eyes, and say everything, and
Everything, huh?
roll back into his chair on the in the bench seat on the back of your cab.
All right. I believe at this particular moment, I'm gonna use my DNI and contact Crane and go, hey, Crane, I got a guy in the back of my cab right now that I need you to do some of your Matrix foo on.
She's because it's like nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. She actually maintains regular hours. She kind of wakes up real bad. What? What?
What?
Oh, okay. Here, give me a second. Where are you located at?
Feed her the cab location.
Okay. Wow. Give me a second. I need to hook up the mini dish, and Crane will take her deck out, connect the mini dish to mini satellite dish, so she actually can get rid of all the noise cancellation at this point, and hardline into a deck, and perform a matrix perception over it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll
So,
some dice. We'll see what you get.
and this will just be the agent at this point. 4 successes.
What would you like to know about it?
Is a slave to anything?
It is not.
What type of device rating it has?
It's device rating 7.
Okay, I'm going to go for 2 marks.
Excellent.
Wait. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something here.
Is
Huh?
it burning edge? Because you could burn edge.
Yeah, definitely burn edge, right? No, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see. No, I think I'm. When was the last action given to it?
Its last action was a comm call.
Okay. So 7/7. Let's see how this rolls. Okay, hack on the fly. It would be 15. -4 would be 11. No, I'm just going to go for 1. And 17. There we go. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to use one more. I'm going to use one more edge just because I need it. 17, 13. There we go.
Whew. So he's gonna roll some dice.
Mm-hmm.
I know a great place actually here in Touristville makes killer stuffers. I'll bring you some.
Mm-hmm.
So you will
Got
have
my one hit.
a mark on his comm link.
Mm-hmm. I think that's enough to. How many marks do I need to get all of his files inside there?
Is this guy relevant?
I think you just need one to do like an edit file.
Yeah. And I'm going to do a quick data search.
I think this guy is relevant, or I mean, the GM would not have pointed him out if he wasn't. I don't think.
It's the organizer, but yeah. So
That is.
so
I like
basically, what I'm just going to start doing is I'm going to do a data search to find all of his files and start saving them to me.
Sure.
So, and that is a search. So
Yep.
12 successes for the agent to go through everything.
So it'll take a couple of minutes while
Yeah.
while you're being driven around in the cab. Mason, do you want to do anything while you're driving him around, or are you going to try and stall for
I
time?
will try and stall for time a little bit, only because he seems to be like a great guy. Hey, man, it sounds like you really want to celebrate. I tell you what, I know a place that's about 6 blocks from here. I'll shut the meter off to run us down there. But to celebrate how big you getting, man, let me get you some of the best stuffers in the city. They got stuff you can't get anywhere else in the whole world.
So you can go ahead and roll a social test of your choice.
All right, this place is actually real, so...
Nice.
Are you taking the dicks?
No, I'm taking him to Stuffer Shack
I heard that
11247.
so much differently.
No, there is a place called Dick's.
Dick's Burgers.
Sure.
Only in Seattle.
That's fine.
And Spokane and Walla Walla and all sorts of other. Yeah.
So he'll be into that, and you guys will go through the protocol of getting some
trusty drunken drug-induced munchies.
Right? So Crane, inside his comm link, you're gonna find a bunch of comm link numbers.
I'm going to data tap all that information.
Like a lot.
telling you. Yeah, I will take the time to do that.
Sure.
So
You can go ahead and roll
And
your.
does he have any data bombs? I'm just going to do a quick matrix perception. If I can actually do it right.
You rolled a 12 on rolling a 12.
That's the agent. Here comes me because that's shit. 3 successes. Any data bombs or anything like that? Encryptions?
It is not data bombed, but it is encrypted.
So I think I need to decrypt before I can copy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the decrypt?
Well, it is certainly an attack action.
Crack file? What?
Yeah.
Boost
Crack
protection.
file.
Okay, I already have the 1 mark against it. That's fine. Hacking plus logic. I'm going to change my stealth to to attack.
Yep.
And put the overdrive on it. So. Okay, and that'll be 15 again. I'll get the agent to help. 3, so that'd be 18. 16. I keep all those.
Excellent. And he's gonna. That is protection rating times 2.
Sure.
Oof. You managed
Damn.
to crack the file.
I copy all that now.
That'll be an edit file.
So 15. 5 successes. Yeah, let's get the. I keep forgetting. No, screw it. Go ahead. I keep forgetting to add the agent into it. It's fine.
So you're able to get a copy of the file.
So all the comic numbers and his related information, if possible.
Yeah.
All the information that's going on with the party at this point in time.
So this while Mason is inside getting stuffers,
Yes.
you will hear the telltale sign of your horn being blown.
Oh, well, of course.
Uh,
Duck back out, see what he needs.
he's gonna be like, "Yo, we got to get back to the hotel. Somebody's messing with my stuff."
All right, all right. Hey, look, there's the bag right now. I'll be right back. Run in, grab the bag, and take off.
Oh.
Trust me, it's worth the wait. Here, try one of these. It's called a cheesy bacon potato stuffer. I don't think they've made these since like 1958. Fresh stuff though, real good.
So next thing the Crane's going to do is going to edit that file to make it seem like, oh, that wasn't an attack. What are you talking about?
Not sure edit file will do that because
Okay.
it's like his comlink goes on alert that, hey, somebody is doing something to me.
Okay. The player is forgetting what they can do. The character can do it though. God damn it. To at least mitigate the situation to make it seem like somebody accidentally attacked them or something like that. I'm probably going to falsify his last actions records to say that someone tried looking into it and failed.
Sure, that sounds reasonable.
Hey, sorry if someone was messing with your stuff there, man. I mean, it's Touristville. It's a crap place, but the stuffers are worth it. Here, let's get out of here.
Yeah. So another 7 for editing the file.
You and your many dice.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
2. All right. So I did that. I got the information. I think I got everything I need to. I'm jacking out and rebooting my deck.
Sure.
Sending the information to everyone else. And I'm going to go for sleep because I really need that edge back.
So Mason, on the way back, he's going to be furiously typing away and using a secondary comlink, and he's like not in a talkative mood. Your offered stuffer sits on the seat next to him.
Oh no, that's terrible. That's a waste.
And he will have you bring him back into the hotel. He will not wait for you to open the door, and he will storm up and out with his bag.
All right. Don't forget your stuffers, man.
Are you chasing after him, or are you?
I mean, like as he's getting out, I'll look back to go like, hey, goodbye. Hey, don't forget your stuffers, man. I mean, if he has the door shut, whatever, free stuffers. But
You did pay for the stuffers, so. But
That's
yeah,
what
no.
you think. I got control of the meter, and he's on drugs. He paid for the stuffers.
um, but yeah, no, he will not take your stuffers. He will go back inside, and you guys will have a giant pile of comlink numbers.
Oh well, free stuffers.
So
Yeah.
first thing it's going to do is that Crane's going to look at the numbers that she got from the original Comlink itinerary package, and then take a look at that person's Comlink numbers and try to coordinate who's who.
All right, should be able to easily knock down most of them. They are some of the staff here, some of the models, some of the people from previous locations they've had these shows at. Some of it is not on any of this stuff, but I don't know what you want to do with those com codes.
Well, the Comco's, well, if anything, I would probably sell them to the best pay data later on as a thank you for CIC or something like that. But what I was trying to do is I was trying to find Catherine's com code number to see if we could find her right away.
Yes.
Sure, you totally have that.
Yes, making sure. And we have potentially other things we can do to use their numbers to see if we can futz around with her.
Snoopy Snoop Snoop.
Yes.
Yep.
hmm So Crane is going to send a nasty gram over to Mason, saying anything else you'd like to do before I get more Z's.
I hope not. I think it's time for me to get some myself. Thank you so much for your help. You hungry?
Alright.
I got a bunch of stuffers. Best in the city.
Does any of it have shellfish in it?
No.
Put it in the fridge. I can have it tomorrow. I'm going back to sleep though.
Ew, reheated stuffers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gnarly.
I had worse.
So
Crane's going to fall asleep.
okay. Dawn will come with rosy smog fingers the next morning.
Ooh.
Go
Before
ahead.
before we close the day. I don't know if you do anything that takes too much time. So as I'm aware of it, the first half of we were talking about the latter half of the plan. Can I just you bring common sense that I have into this? Is there anything stand out wrong with any of these, or is one going to be slightly better than the other?
Of which part of things?
Well, food service guy, great. Open door, paramilitary unit in, fucking narco jet, some bitches. All that's good. But then, taking her down 16 flights, backdooring through the thing, or lowering down from the 16th.
So, common sense will dictate that it's really going to depend on what time of the day you wish to do this. You know that their fashion show ends at 10 p.m., and then you can easily assume that it is going to be at least an hour to get unfashioned so that they can return to their personal areas. And then it will also depend upon if they actually get together to do anything to unwind, maybe a giant pile of drugs, who knows.
So
and-
Crane's going to call up her fixer right now, try to get like 10 doses of Nova Coke.
Sure.
So depending,
If you can find out, finding out what she is specifically going to do is going to narrow that down a little bit. Or
you
if
can
you
tell me
wanted to
later.
go in earlier in the day, because she only goes down for makeup between 12 and 2 o'clock is when she'll go down, depending upon what time during the show that day she is actually going on.
my input on that is that I'll tell everybody is that after the show probably is best.
If you wanted to do something after the show is probably best for the lowering down, but it'll be kind of rough to pinpoint when she's going to be in there. You guys may be hanging out in her room or wherever it is you wish to hide to wait for her to
Right.
come back up to the room to lower her down. The stuffer underneath your food cart
Yeah.
it will work better earlier in the morning because then you know when she's probably in her room. In addition to the other thing is you're going to have to worry about getting an actual food cart from somewhere because you can't exactly you can walk in your clothes and get them changed inside into the uniform of the place,
Right.
but you're not going to be able to walk in the front door pushing a cart.
Obviously, yeah. We would probably just visit the kitchen first.
We're gonna need to get at least one person into the staff areas to get the cart and get access to a way to get her out secretly, securely.
Yes.
Well, if we can just hack the elevator once we've got her, we can have it go directly down to the basement and not stop anywhere. To get access, I mean, hotels, it's usually not exactly difficult to find the food carts. They're usually just kind of hanging out there in the hallway outside the kitchen. So that's not really difficult as long as you can get back in the employee area without getting questions. So
That's true. That is true.
I mean, I've been in quite a few hotels.
Yeah, no, it's generally not too tough to get through in there as long as you can look the part of the process. If we have access to her comm link, though, doesn't that mean we can like kind of track where she's going? There's a program that does that, right? I think it's called a
Trace or something.
bootstrapper.
Yeah, we'll do. I have a comlink code and can do that. So, but I'm going to do that when I actually wake up. So, you guys want to do that the next day, or you guys want to do it today?
Well, heck, if we
Yeah.
went in the morning,
Mhm.
we could just kind of walk the hallways to find an empty cart out in the hallway.
So what we can do is just call our own room service, which would bring him right to us.
That
we
doesn't
could
give you
even
much
do-
time.
What we could do too, though, even though this is a little bit of a tight schedule, but for the kind of almost instantaneous operation we're looking at this point here, what we could do is we could use her issued by the hotel comm code, which we got when we hacked into the hotel host,
Mhm.
to make it look like room service was ordered from her room,
Right.
and then they'll send a guy right up to her room for us. At this point, all we have to do is kind of meld out of the shadows or wherever it is we're going to somehow be doing this from. We could just walk right into the room, switch everything around, and walk out in those outfits, for one, or intercept the room service somewhere between her room and the kitchen and change
can-
positions there, like the elevator.
We could also, if we rented a room ourselves. I don't know if there's any in
It's-
this.
I believe it was already covered as being full.
Okay, that's what was my concern. Okay, so we can't actually do that. So it'll be harder to intercept him.
Right, but summoning room service in and of itself is a doable thing.
Yeah,
If-
that part's easy, I think.
If control of the elevator is a doable thing, all we would need to do would be in the right elevator at the right, calculated moment.
I'm sure there's an emergency switch, or Crane can do something about that.
That's more what I would think is Crane could shut it down, maybe.
Then and then it shouldn't be too terribly hard to get a delivery van, quote unquote, into a corner where we can into a spot where we can go from the door into the van and go.
Yep.
If you could get a vehicle into wherever their loading area is, like say that van that someone has with nice chameleon coat on it that makes it blend in real well, we could
That would be neat.
have that loitering down there.
We do have something like that.
So we've been
I mean, exactly
We've been-
like that.
okay.
Quite exactly like that.
So we could do it that way if you guys wanted.
Well,
Not bad.
if this is still like Friday, we could do the run through like Saturday morning and walk it and just kind of walk through the hotel and see if we can see the carts and everything and see whether or not, it's getting some of the little prop things is doable, or, check out how the waiters go to see if they use a particular elevator as their service elevator.
That
Or-
we could also, I'm sure there's some type of rooms, like a janitor closet or something on up the particular amount of rooms, where maids are, for instance. Could easily pull them in there. Yeah, good idea. Woo. Me. So I mean, we have the blueprints already, right? We can pretty much look this stuff up.
Yeah, no, you totally have access to the blueprints. What were you trying to look up?
Or we're trying to figure out where we're calling the guy, basically. Because we can call from any room, really, with magical computers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might almost be easy enough just to call with her com code for the com code issued for her room, you know?
Yeah, and if they are or if there is a maid or supply closet on that floor, that'd be the obvious ideal outcome.
There's probably a maid maintenance closet on every floor, I would imagine. I don't
would assume,
exactly
but
pay
I didn't
attention to
know
that
for
stuff
sure.
on
Yeah,
Yeah, me either.
So we can leave one of your little drones outside the elevator, and when room service guy gets up there, we just walk down the hall to him, take him out, leave him gagged and tied in her room. Easy peasy.
Yeah, sounds like it.
As long as she's actually there.
Well,
Now that we have her com code, we can find her.
And I've had
Right.
I've had a fly spy in the room and had a fly spy in the hall this whole time, and so far the GM hasn't said that they've been caught.
This is true, because I had forgotten about that. So you have definitely gotten it into the lobby proper. As you get it up in there, it's a little bit more difficult of things. You're waiting a lot longer. You haven't actually managed to get one into her room yet. The door has not opened.
How small are they?
They're
Tiny. They're
tiny.
mini drones. They're
Cool.
I think roughly the size of a largest mosquito, I think.
So
Yeah,
can
something
we?
along those lines.
So where is everybody going to be during this thing? Because we obviously have the first half of the plan pretty much down. Or is everybody's positions?
Whatever we're going to do at this point in time, I have a feeling that we're going to get the com code of her and snoop on her, which I'm
Right.
fine with.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
next thing I need to do is, we get it through that way. Either way, someone needs to take a data tap because I don't think I should go in on this place. But
I have that.
we've been going at this for about 3.5 hours. I think sooner or later, I'd like to take some actions.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of this has just been planning and figuring out what do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're very close. We're very close to basically just doing this. So it's all good. Just wanted to know where everybody's at, who's driving.
So as of right now, like I said, Crane is going to call up a fixer and get some industrious clothing. Then we can start modifying them as needed. So
Cool.
I'm just going to how many industrious do we need? How many people is going to be dressed up?
I believe I'm going in.
So 2. Okay, so I'm going to talk to my fixer, get 2 of them.
Because of my skills.
Yeah, who is going in? Because I can talk you through it, but I don't think I should go in on this one.
I'm gonna be able to go in, but if I get into any social situations, it won't be the best.
Yeah, you have like a camera on you somewhere, right? Or can get one?
I can, yes.
All
I have
right,
lots of
and
things.
do you have a micro transceiver?
Yeah,
We can
Perfect.
buy one. It'll be fine.
I have
Yeah.
all these things.
My thinking is we have Mason and Psychedel in Psychedel's car, because then we can duffel bag the model, throw in the back, and just have the car leave like there's nothing going on. Stygian and Stoner going in, I think.
Believe so.
Think so.
And then we have
Crane can be anywhere, more or less.
Crane just anywhere within relative physical proximity to the building.
I'm gonna call my equipment and I'm gonna bring
Anybody
my
good
car
with
to this area.
explosives?
I am.
Why do we need to bring in explosives?
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I do have a cursory knowledge of explosives.
Just thinking some flashbacks out front. So if something starts happening and we get stopped or into a fight, you can blow them. They create a distraction to draw most of security. As in, gee, some people going out the back isn't nearly as interesting as explosions out front.
Okay, so distraction.
Just a thought.
Ileana, you sure you can't get those things in any faster?
If you're willing to pay a little bit more, I can try and put a rush on it.
I'm willing to pay a little bit more. I'm willing to pay an extra 50. Extra 50%.
Yeah, she can get them to you by the end of the day.
Okay.
I want to bring my car in, which basically has all my stuff in it. So we'll see how that
You
goes
do
down.
realize that I can change our clothes to look just like the uniforms in the hotel, right?
Yes, do that.
The problem is it may look like the uniforms, but trying to get everything else approximately to it though, because the thing does the fashion spell is only cursory from afar. You try to get close, it's a little bit harder to see. And with these guys being all into it,
Verisimilitude is the name of the game.
yeah, I'm willing to pay for this. So
All right.
okay.
It feels like
And I'm using some forgeries or to get some fake to get the fake information inside there to make it look like them. So I have forgery.
Nice.
So I'm just however time you want me to take, I'm just going to roll until you tell me to stop.
Well, how much time do you want to spend?
Half a day.
Okay. So you can
'Cause
just
I
do it
don't-
as an extended test on like, um, say on like a 2-hour interval because you're working on 2 suits at the same time.
Mm-hmm. 12 hours. One has 12 successes.
Okay. Just throw that on the table somewhere.
Yeah. And I'll look at Stoner real quick. Whatever other stuff that's missing at this point in time, you can certainly fake the name if you need to. But at least this way, it should get you in the front door before somebody stops you.
All right, that works.
I believe, if possible, I will use my leadership skill to inspire you guys as to how to properly act and good etiquette for going in there and making this trick work. Give you pointers and all that stuff. Try and give you a few extra shots for the first etiquette check you'll have to deal with in there.
So here's a dumb move. Think I can help you with that?
I don't know. Can you assist a leadership test?
Can I assist a leadership test onto our con? Is that how it works? It's pretty cool.
Etiquette is actually what I'm giving for you, so that way you'll
Oh.
be able to blend in better.
I like that. Okay. Hopefully, we won't run into anybody, and it'll be like, yeah, we're just going up to our room that you clearly don't mark us as being. Do they do that, by the way, in the future? Do they mark your sin as like you're staying at this hotel? Because that'd be much harder.
Instead of like the little, like the credit card things we have nowadays, it's probably just an RFID tag that is, carried in your pocket, and as you approach
But-
your
Right. So,
hotel
like
room.
for instance, when we go on trips or whatever, you go into other people's hotels. They don't check you or anything. You just walk in. You're like,
Right.
I'm going to my room. That is this kind of hotel. It's not really that crazy. We'll just be like, hey, what's up, desk, and then go up.
No, it's probably
Okay.
not that crazy, especially when it is
Yeah.
really busy.
So we should go in on the busy part for sure.
Okay. Do we have at least another day to sleep before we do this, or are we going to do this on? Are we going to do this on Friday?
It is
Are we gonna do
currently
this Saturday?
Friday, so
So at least I got one more edge back.
yeah.
Yeah, we could. It's Friday night. Oh no, you said it's few
It is
nights.
in the morning. It is still Friday-ish. Crane is going to be working on the forgeries to go with your
Yes.
industrious. The other 4 of you are pretty free to do whatever it is they want for this day.
So the only thing I would do is when my stuff comes in, how do you track, or I'm sure each GM's differently, of what I can bring? Basically, do you want me to write down specifically what I have?
Are you bringing anything super crazy, or
No.
just
Nope.
that I
Nothing
wouldn't
super
worry.
crazy.
No grenade
Okay.
launchers, no guns, no.
No, none of that. The only thing I would ask is, no, you know what? I don't even need them. It doesn't matter. The only thing that's weird maybe is like an auto injection gun.
Nah, that's not a big deal. You can probably
Small enough to be whatever.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
psychedel is, I've probably been moving the car as needed when things started getting a little suspicious. Like, that delivery van's been sitting there a long time. Time to move.
So you're just giving it the old eyeball from outside over time.
I've been giving it the eyeball from outside over time, just kind of keeping within range to be able to be able to keep getting the video feeds from my drones.
Gotcha. So you have a pretty easy amount of time to
Yeah,
because I don't believe you get any noise penalties until within a 100 meters,
something like that.
something like that.
But what I'm gonna do is I will park the car some just a little bit away from the building, and I'll head into like the public areas, like the lobby, and just kind of casual reconnaissance kind of deal.
Is there anything I can buy during this day that's like, I don't even know what it would be called, to hide my fingerprints? Like gloves that don't look like gloves.
There is.
I don't know what it's called, but
Well, there's totally gloves.
I'm sure there's something. That's why I was asking.
Even something just as simple as like AR gloves,
Okay, I have those.
will conceal your fingerprints, and they're not exactly a uncommon thing, given as they are
Right.
for manipulating the matrix.
All right. Very cool. We're gonna have to actually buy those because I have AR and gloves on my forearm guards on
Sure.
my arm, so I have to buy a separate normal
Yep.
pair.
You can get them at any
It's
local
easy.
place.
150, not restricted. Cool. I'm gonna add that.
Any Kong Walmart.
Yep.
All right, cool. I bought one of those.
Yes. So is it just Psych that's going into the building to look around, or is somebody going in with them?
I will, since I will have to do that.
Sure.
Anyway.
So you guys are gonna walk in. What is your plan upon getting inside?
So, I guess we would look around. I'll want a perception, since none of us actually went in yet. We only saw blueprints. I'll want a perception the actual lobby
Examine in detail ye old lobby.
first. So let's see.
If you want to do an observe in detail, it'll actually get you 3 more dice.
Ooh. Sweet. Okay.
So much for that. It's like same
Once
for you
grouped
if
up,
you're
I get
doing
more.
if you're doing an observe in detail. For 3 hits, this looks mostly like the blueprints that you have. They haven't seemed to move any of the counters or anything like that. The restaurant looks moderately busy. What time of the day were you guys coming in here?
Midday.
Okay.
Seems
So
fine.
it's that whole like lunch rush type thing. There is a bunch of people
Yeah.
that are milling about. As far as non-workers, you do see a couple of busboys. I'm sorry, not busboys, bellhops. You see that they have different uniforms than the people that are working in the restaurant, and they have different uniforms than the people who are working behind the counters. They have a couple of those push cars that you put all of your luggage on, although they are automated and they are drones, but there is somebody that is accompanying them, basically. Somebody to do the lifting on and off and the just general control via comlink to move them about.
Keep the drone from running into anyone's ankles.
Yeah, stuff like that. They're not like jumped in, obviously, but they do have a little bit of control over them.
Can we check exits?
Yeah, your major things that you see as far as exits are the big door that you came in, and then on the other side of the the lobby. I'm like a fairly decent bit away. It's basically like the whole section of the block is the hotel. Is the other side exit. Um, you don't actually see any fire exits here because you are still standing in the lobby. But what would you guys have
Where
any
was
other?
it?
Go ahead.
Where were we taking her out at?
Uh, there was a mention of a plan to go down into the basement and take her out that way.
So
The
like what, where
basement
the
or the
laundry goes?
basement
Okay.
or the loading dock. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I personally want to go there first. I would go to the 16th floor if Psych wants to go with me,
Psychedel will.
or we can go in a second after you're done doing whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll kind of. She'll go up to the 16th floor as well.
I just think like actually going somewhere where we wouldn't go should be the last thing.
Yeah. Funny thing about that. As soon as you guys walk around, you will notice that there's a lot of those nice light domey things that probably have cameras hiding underneath of them. You're going to go
Yep.
into the elevator. Are you hitting the button on the 16?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So you hit the button and a little thing on AR will pop up and it's like, sorry, I'm not detecting RFID tag for that floor.
Okay.
That's
That's probably kind of what I expect. Not exactly that, but you know, there's high profile people here. They're not going to let them bother them. Well, that's unfortunate. But when time comes, although if he wants to do it now, God, I don't think it's a good idea. Basically, what I'm thinking is Crane is obviously going to fix that part when we actually do the thing. But I don't know if it would be prudent to do it right now.
You could call Crane and ask, but
Crane is way
I
too
did.
busy right now trying to do all that stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
Paul-
but I
yeah.
actually did ID and I'd saying, do you think it would be a good idea?
yeah.
Crane, it comes back saying, as at this point in time, I'm much rather feel comfortable with getting a few more things. However, by this way, it sounds like you guys might need to get someone else's ID card, at least one that helps ID card to do that. At least that way you can pretend to be someone else and get up there, and there'll probably be less people looking into it. We're probably going to need at least get like two or three of those what's it called, those carts to do so.
What
Yeah.
time is it?
Midday-ish on Friday.
noonish.
I'm gonna try and hit 3.
The third floor?
Yep.
Yep. It'll take you up to the third floor.
Oh, okay. So one thing I wanted to figure out is if you just had to be in the hotel to go to any floor, or if 16 was specifically locked off because of who it housed. So that's good, I guess. There's stairs.
Yep.
There is stairs, but
Same idea. Like, I won't open the
Well-
door.
you'll be able
More
to
like
like go in them. But if you want to try going up 13 flights of stairs from here, that's
Oh no, this is separate thought. I just want to go on the 3rd floor. I just picked a random number.
Sure.
But obviously I could go, I could try 15.
it is up to you as to how many buttons you want to try hitting on camera to see how many will work.
No, I went to
Psychedel is
3.
going to head back
It's fine.
down to the lobby and
Sure.
just kind
I'm
of
gonna go-
explore the first floor a little bit. Not get into any trouble. Just almost that sort of idle wandering around.
Sure. Can you
Like
roll
she-
me
like-
some
like she's
some
waiting for
etiquette?
somebody. Yep.
We'll see how well your wandering around goes.
I wish I knew how the future worked. I know what I do in real life right now.
Whew. Nicely done, sir.
That's a lot.
Sir, sort of, ma'am. So you're able to mosey about. You will get a couple of people who are like bellhops that might be going by with a pile of stuff. or coming back with an empty cart more likely, and ask you if there's anything they can do to help you. You give them the quick, no thank you, I'm waiting for somebody, and they will, without pressing the matter, mosey on about their business.
No thanks. I'm just waiting to meet somebody. Check my watch, quote unquote. She doesn't actually wear a watch, but that kind of looking at your wrist to check the time is almost an ingrained thing.
It's a somatic trigger for your AR to display the time.
Yeah.
Stygian, are you staying on the third floor, or are you coming back down and
No,
hanging
third
out?
floor.
Third floor.
We're looking for, again, I'm playing this like it's real life. I don't know how it works in the future, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Cleaning carts. It's what, before 3 o'clock?
It's totally before 3 o'clock, because that's
So they're probably
kind of around the time you went here.
cleaning, but who knows if they're actually cleaning on the third floor. So we're gonna
Give me a perception test, and we'll see what kind of information you can get. So with 2 hits, you're gonna look around and give it a little bit of a listen. Most of the rooms on this floor have little "Do Not Disturb" AR tags on them.
Mhm.
You will find the maintenance closet that is closed. You don't see any hotel staff moseying about this floor. There are a couple of people who are going into or out of rooms. And then there is the I guess the big maintenance area, or the like employees only area, which is right over top of where the large ballroom type area is. So that would be
Okay.
access to the lights and all of the other mechanical things that are represented in the ballroom. Lights, cameras, other things.
Disco
Okay.
ball, because disco ball.
Maybe. Just,
So there's no maids
retracted
cleaning
in the morning.
currently on third floor.
Not on the third floor, no.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go up to. You said we knew she was on the 16th floor. Is everyone
Yes.
else on the 16th floor? Do we know where all the other models are being housed?
From the looks of what you guys have from the security, the higher end models are all on the 16th floor.
Yep.
Most of the staff is on the 12th floor, and then intermixed in between them will be a varying degree of how important the models are. Some of the producers, the makeup artists, like 12th through 16th seems to be your target floors.
Okay. So from the blueprints, or even just a directory of the hotel, do I know where he made cleaning service area is? Normally it was on the third floor, that's why I checked first, but it is.
Well, there is a small housekeeping station on each floor that'll have out of sight, out of mind things where you can push your housekeeping cart into, and we'll have more tails and have a laundry chute to get stuff down into the bottom, that kind of thing. They all tend to be in line vertically with the each other in the structure.
So here's a dumb question: Is
Uh-huh.
is this the laundry chute, correct? Or is this the garbage chute?
The ones that are in the little maintenance clauses are labeled as laundry chutes.
Okay, so those will not be burned. Gotcha.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you what I'm looking for, so we don't have to keep
Sure.
going around to this. I'm gonna go to this floor, that floor.
Yep.
Although I do want to try something later. Basically looking for a cleaning cart or a maid. And I want to perceive them because I'm sure they have some master key.
Sure. If you can give me an etiquette test,
Okay.
we will see how long it takes before somebody comes up and harasses you.
Okay. Let me see where we're at here. And is talking me through these things?
I don't know. Is Mason supplying some help in this situation?
Defaulting.
I
right?
I sure can. If you have any questions you need help with, I'll be happy to give you a hand.
Okay. So I'm just rolling defaulting.
Oh, I don't know if I can use leadership on something you're defaulting.
Yeah, it's a teamwork test. You need to at least have a rank as a skill for that.
Ah, fair enough.
Would you like to spend edge?
This is only how long till I'm harassed?
Um, potentially also the how much of a force is put into the harassment.
Sure.
You can post spend edge to roll 5 dice exploding. As a break the limit, like adding your edge to the dice pool
No,
instead
I
of.
know I can. It's
All
just
right,
funny.
good.
It's just funny. Sure, let's do it. I mean, I can always play it off as like, crazy fan going to 16th floor.
We'll see.
Let me see, where am I going at? Why can't I find it? Here we go.
Your edge is 5.
Oh, I know that.
Okay, so with 2 hits as you're kind of moseying about, the can you roll me 5 dice, just like an edge test, just to see?
Sure.
Because if you get enough hits, it'll be one of the. Okay, so you're kind of going around. One of the bellhops who is a man dressed like a bellhop, but he does not have a drone cart with him. Will come up to you on about the 8th floor and be like, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you find something?"
And he is ouch glitch.
It's a
Oh,
luck
oh,
test. You can't exactly have bad luck on a luck test.
You could. It's bad luck.
Well, you don't actually have bad luck, so you don't have to worry about that.
What would I tell a random bellhop? What way was it? What way was I walking?
Away from the elevators on the 9th floor, I guess. Or
Away
perhaps
from the
coming,
elevators.
or perhaps coming back to the elevators to hit a different floor, and he
Well,
comes out
coming
of one of
back-
the elevators and talks to you.
Oh, if I was coming to an elevator, I'd just be like, no, you don't have to help me with anything. I was just going down to the lobby.
Oh, and he will say that is good, and he'll hit the the button on the elevator, and when it arrives, he'll motion for you to get inside, and he will get inside next to you
Sure.
and begin to try and make
lovely guy.
try to make small talk with you as you ride the elevator the 8 floors to the bottom. Is there anything you want to do in this situation?
He's a bellhop.
He is dressed like a bellhop, does not have drone accompaniment. If
He's
there are
dressed like a bellhop.
if there are
Does he-
dice you wish to roll, you may go ahead
I
and
wish
roll.
to roll perceive on him.
Sure.
I really doubt he has a master key card, but why not? Let's spend some edge too. Maybe we'll notice something.
Sure. And if you want to roll a matrix perception for finding his digital stuff. This guy,
Sure.
he may look like a bellhop, but he has got a more of an air of being in control. You can see
Okay.
that underneath his, like the small of his back as he comes inside, you will notice that it has what looks like the faintest outline of maybe a light pistol or a taser in there that is concealed beneath his clothing. He
What's matrix perception? So I roll a computer and what?
computer and intuition. So with 4 hits on your matrix perception, you will get he has a bunch of RFID tags on him that when you look at, one of them is actually labeled as security. And let me generate a name for this poor security guard.
Sure.
Frank.
Frank Welker.
I'll
There
make
you go.
Brian
small talk
Thierry.
with him. I will bring up the event that's happening tonight. Potentially get his name.
Well, you get his name off of
Make small talk.
the thing,
Off what? Oh, that matrix thing.
off the security tag that he has, and he will make pleasant conversation. Do you wish to steer it in any kind of way, or are you letting him have the lead in the conversation?
No, I asked him if he was going to attend the event tonight, and how crazy it must get around here.
Oh, it does get quite crazy when large events come through. You never tell who will try to get a scoop on what is going on, especially when things have been kind of hush-hush. And you understand how it is with non-disclosure agreements and privacy statements, as he gives you a smile.
You have to work all day today, even through the event?
Fortunately, no, I will have off later this evening.
Oh,
Big,
that's fortunate.
big smile of this motherfucker.
Wait, what? Wait, out of character. What? Why is he saying that?
No, he's not saying it, but he's got this smile like, oh, I can't believe this guy.
What am I doing?
Well, look at what you were doing. You were going around to random floors and searching for people. He thinks you're some kind of perhaps paparazzi or somebody who is trying to.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't know he knew everywhere I was going.
Yeah, no, he's part of security, and you are on cameras because this place is full of cameras.
Fair enough. Oh, what did I notice about the perception, or did you say already?
He had either a light pistol or a taser in the small of his back. He is a little bit more fit than your, lackadaisical wage slave bellhop. He's, well groomed and has that air of authority about him.
So nothing super relevant, except that, they have weapons we assumed they had.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did only get 2 hits though, so.
No, that's fair. That's all good.
But he will make pleasant small talk with you as he escorts you all the way to the door.
Through the lobby to the door? Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Stygian got busted?
Not really.
Kind of?
Kind of. I will,
Psych, do you want to do anything as you almost assuredly see Stygian be go through the walk of shame?
I don't think he's like, I don't think he has me by the arm or anything, but like we're just walking to the door as I'm quote unquote leaving. He thinks I'm paparazzi. I'm pretending like I'm just a guy coming from whatever floor I was on at the time.
Yep, he is
That
just
seems
making
to be
sure
the
you
case
leave
right now.
instead of you trying to ditch him and get back to.
And I will leave.
Yep. Psych, do you want to do anything after seeing Stygian roll out?
After Stygian rolls out, she's gonna check the time on her wrist again and wait a couple of more minutes, and then she's gonna leave as well.
Sure. You guys will storm off in a huff as your date didn't show up or whatever.
How many floors did I get to see?
How many? What? About 4.
They were all the same, more or less.
They were all laid out mostly in the same. You would have seen a singular housekeeping cart on, let's say, the 7th floor.
You bastard.
You can retroactively roll a perception check if you want to on the cart.
Yes. I spent edge on it too. I would have.
So with 4 hits, what would you like to know about this unassuming cart?
Unassuming card. Hold on, let me spend my edge first. I'm basically looking for a master key. Sometimes they leave them on the end of their carts.
There is no key associated with the cart. It does have a bunch of towels. There's a trash can on it that has a bag that is collecting the dirty laundry from the rooms. There's a smaller trash can that has for collecting out of the little trash bags in there. It's
Right,
got
nothing.
your normal accoutrement.
Yeah.
The trash bag is a 50-gallon trash bag, which is large enough to stick a person into.
Oh, well, I'll take a note of that, I suppose.
I think the plan was to do a room service cart, not a housekeeping cart, but that's good.
Oh
to
no,
know.
but we couldn't get
It
on
works.
the 16th floor, so my idea was just to grab a card. But it worked out differently, so.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But no, there was still plenty of information that was gained before you were thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, I mainly got to see 4 floors, you said, and I'm going to run common sense and assume that most of the floors are the same. So we more or less seen the 16th floor.
And it as hotels are wont to do, they're usually the floor number is the first number, and then it's room
Right.
300 to 350 this direction, room 351 to 399 this way. And you do have her actual room number, so you know where in the hotel her
Yep.
room is.
As we drive back or wherever we're going, I'm shooting a DNI saying that I most likely need a disguise.
Crane's going to DNI back saying, I can definitely help you with that.
Okay.
I just look at everyone saying, we can definitely help you with all that. The difference is that we need to do it sooner or later. So we can either do it
Yep.
tonight or tomorrow.
I think that was the last like sweep. Like you weren't able to make it to the basement or wherever. Did we learn anything about the
Didn't
basement?
make motions to.
I didn't actually try.
Okay.
If we've still got time in the day, I can give that a shot. I mean, I think
Well, you can just not leave, I guess. And when
Yeah.
I leave, then.
Well, I
It's up to
I
you.
leave and then I'm going to be. I'm playing this like I'm trying, like I'm a different person almost.
Sure.
So I'm gonna have. So Psychedel's gonna get her delivery vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm thinking up ways to try and find where the loading dock is and how hard it is to get access to it.
You should have it with the blueprints, right?
Yeah, you guys have the blueprints. There is a loading dock that is let's say that there is a parking garage across the street on the other side of the exit that has a subterranean, like, parking garages go up in a corkscrew. This one goes down into the basement corkscrew
So
that
you
then
like
has
walk under,
Yeah.
so to speak,
like an
to come up
an
the
underground breezeway type thing.
street. Yes.
That is
right.
where most of the employees park, and that is where
Another annoying thing.
the UPS size
Fucking
delivery.
tunnel.
Look, you guys could throw her out the window.
It's
I'm not sure that that's a good idea.
Well, we would lower her out the window.
Lower,
There's
throw, same thing.
Different. Well, she dies on the ladder. On the former, I mean.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Don't we, Stoner,
Yes.
do you happen to have the ability to summon spirits?
Not very well, but I could try.
Well, potentially we could use one of the spirits to, to hold her and transfer her over. If we do throw her out the window, as that does happen. We could certainly hide her as underneath one of the spirit's abilities, isn't that? I think that's one of the things. You could just drop her off with us, so we could take her out. I mean, I have enough data taps. I should be able to at least hack her bio monitor and her comm link, and I'll look at Psych real quick, saying we may have to sacrifice one of your flying drones as a fake way of saying she's running this way while we're running that way. Think that will work?
So another thing with the
Well, I think if you count on me summoning spirits, we've got problems.
Well, we already hit problems because someone wants to toss her out the window, but
well,
To be fair, that was me.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's him. My idea was if we couldn't take her down 16 floors into the basement, into the tunnel, into the parking lot, you could also lower her down from.
okay, I'm fine with that.
This is a good idea. I'm just saying.
Sure.
So my thought. So Psychedel agrees. Yeah, whatever. Micro drones and mini drones are cheap. I don't care.
And we could definitely take out of the pay. It's fine.
Yeah, and
It's fine.
and my thinking, if we're gonna, so my thinking is we should stick with the freight elevator down to the basement level through the tunnel.
That's fine.
And what we can do,
It's the majority.
yeah. So my thinking as a cover for the vehicle is a catering van of some kind, a catering truck.
The first floor and up in the parking garage are a public access parking.
Right.
Just the basement level is for deliveries and hotel and staff.
Right. So I'm thinking to get in, we pose as a catering vehicle, and then that way when we roll up the room service cart to the catering vehicle, it won't be terribly suspicious.
Oh, I have to hack into the host order to say that then, because they probably have their own catering and their own internal restaurant to do all that work.
Yep.
Remember?
We're also doing this after the event, right?
No, we have to do it during the event because they're going to leave as soon as the thing gets done.
I think they meant during the show itself, rather
Yes.
than at nighttime.
Okay.
Either way, I think we probably should start getting going because. So Crane's going to do the day and finish off the rest of our work.
Yep. Did you guys have
Crane's
anything you wanted to do? I imagine you weren't trying to do kinetics on the place on Friday.
Yeah, we'll probably do Kinetics on Saturday.
Sure. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to do on Friday?
I have a question. You said the hotel's booked. Is it booked with just event staff people? Or is it booked with normal people as well?
There are poor people here that had reservations prior to the contract signing of the hotel and this guy. A fair amount. I don't know how many actual hotel rooms would be in a 17 to 20 floor hotel.
I'm just curious if it's going to be as easy to walk in after, or if it's like, hey, the event's on. Sorry. We're like, oh, fucked.
So while the event is on, there will be a lot of extra people in there because there will be people brought in from Seattle locally to watch the event.
So in theory, easier. Okay.
The hotel is, we're going to say, at about 70% capacity between the event and other people who have had previous reservations and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's all the questions I have, I think.
I hear dice being rolled.
Comm numbers.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm sorry.
spend a chunk of the day digging through
I'm
that
gonna-
pile of comm numbers we got off of Douche's phone, looking to see if maybe I can find like messages and stuff between him and Catherine, hopefully involving drugs.
It looks like a hotel that has 20 floors would have, depending on the size of the building and the size of the rooms, between 1,500 and 2,200 rooms.
Whew, that is a lot of rooms.
That's a lot.
Well, that's also how
That's
big
good.
the hotel. So
That's good.
Right.
Like I said, depending on the size of the building, and
Yeah.
given that this is like Tacoma, and the lots are probably small, I'd say right around 1,500, maybe fewer.
And then there is going to be some staff in there as well as to people that work there as far as occupants. Not staying there with people who are moseying about. So as you're pulling through a bunch of the comlink data and messages, do you have any actual drug knowledge, Mr. Mason? As you might be muted.
if he doesn't, he can certainly ask the crew because Mason or Stoner. I think Stoner was the one who actually knew about drugs.
That's profiling? Just because he's a stoner?
Just because Stoner said it out loud himself. But oh well.
No,
What's going on?
I don't know anything about drugs.
What's
Well,
happening?
I
have
do have
medicine.
trank patches.
I have
Crane has
knowledge
medicine.
skills that may link to drugs, but not any specific.
Do you have chemistry? Yeah, you can roll. Yep. Well, your chemistry actually is not what I'm looking for because you're looking for more of a. You can roll your criminology.
Yeah, I have like that. Forensics, maybe, but not really.
Criminology overrules forensics in this place because it's basically to look and see the more street names of things and that kind of conversation happening rather than, I wish to purchase 1 drugs, please.
There you go.
1 drugs, please.
I
Mama.
1 success, please. 1 successes.
So yeah, the snippets of conversation that you see, you will see that there are some. You don't exactly recognize them as what local street names for certain drugs might be, but they sound like drug street names that may have been from another place, which fits in with these people travel a bunch or have traveled a bunch.
Yep.
So there is definitely a exchange of drugs going on between David and several of the models and or other staff. He seems to be the kind of guy that gets.
The only last question I would have is how Crane deals with the cameras. In what way, in what capacity, like during this thing.
what Crane will probably do is that she'll take a look at the cameras, see where you're going, and probably record the last like 2 minutes of it just to say, "Here, this is removed."
All right, cool. That's good. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so the team has acquired their Ares Industrious suits that have
Yeah.
had a whole bunch of forgery hits on them to
Oh.
make them look like bellhop uniforms.
If there's a disguise for me, which I can actually support in, because obviously I'm known. No.
Crane will tell you guys to come by her place. She will offer up her place since she actually has a bunch of stuff to look across.
Cool.
Stoner and Crane. So there's the next day. When are we going to do this? Are we going to do this in the morning or are we going to do this at night, guys?
Well, currently it's still technically Friday-ish.
Yeah, night's
It
probably
is.
the best.
It's still about Friday afternoon if you guys want to do anything on Friday afternoon. But if you guys want to push the clock, we can push the clock.
Before we do, I put it in there a little while ago. I wanted to dig through that big pile of comm data, see
Yep.
if I can find any messages between them.
Yep, there are definitely drugs going on.
Drugsies.
So the two of them are doing lots of drugs. Excellent.
He seems to be a bit of a supplier of, hey, I need you to get me my medication, and him going out and getting the medication for a bunch of different people, in addition to offering other illicit services that some people may require.
Okay. So then I got a last-ditch effort idea, so I will hold on to that.
Or Crane will just do a simple matrix search to see all the drug names to see if anything pulls up. And we'll probably get at least that what specific name it is tied to.
Party drugs is the lots
Okay.
of recreational crazy stuff. Nothing like ridiculously hardcore, but a large amounts of it.
Okay. So she's in party drug mode. Gotcha.
Well, it's not just
All
her.
right, guys.
It is a
That's
lot of
just
the
a bunch of
models
people.
and other people.
Okay.
So wait,
So-
she's on drugs currently?
No, but she'll probably be coming down for the crash.
Do you know what she takes?
she
Nova
take
Coke
anything?
and Cram and
Theoretically,
Probably
with my
bliss
common
for when she's feeling up high.
So
Yeah.
theoretically, with my common sense, if you narco jet someone on drugs, what would happen?
potentially bad things. It depends upon their individual biology, which drugs they've actually taken.
But
And
it's a bad idea in general.
so Chrome Flesh has a bunch of drug interaction rules, which I'm pretty sure Narcojet is a part of. So there's a chart that the dice get rolled on, and the more drugs that are in somebody's system at a time, the worse that chart gets. Which I'm sure Shang would be more than happy to tell you the wonders of that chart.
The drug interaction chart?
Yes.
Yeah, it sucks. Would you like
Can
to
I
take...
narco jet her without killing her if she's on bliss?
Maybe. It depends on how you roll. You might only make her take double the amount of come down damage. You might make her take, I think it's 4d6 stun damage, like instantly. You
We want
might do
stun her.
all kinds of bad shit.
Bliss, I believe, has a significantly shorter crash period, which is when you would need to worry about the. Take a quick look here.
All else fails, Crane will bring out the Med Pack 6 and
Yeah.
some of the some of the other drugs that might come across. So she's going to pick up Crane is going to go pick up a Med Pack 6 as possible.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
So
That's-
Nova Coke has a crash of, I believe, about 6 hours or so.
Okay.
Bliss is about 3 hours on your average person. If she has a higher tolerance, it'll last for longer. I'm sorry, not last for longer. The crash won't take as long. If you guys are going in
Can she
the
die?
if you guys are going in the earlier parts of the day, it should be out of her system.
Alright.
So you probably won't have to worry about it, but
Okay.
Either way, Crane's ready for it if that does happen.
Alright.
But here's the thing. So, look, I think we're ready to go, guys, and
Yes.
get going. Crane's going to tell these guys to come to her place on Saturday morning. Because are we doing it before the rush? Or I think we should do it when everybody is downstairs being busy because she's not going down there until 12, and the whole
Right.
thing starts at 10 anyways.
Yes.
Okay? Crane's going to tell both Stoner and Sigyn to come to her place.
Alright.
Get there early. Get there around 6 o'clock.
Early.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Awesome. As we are in the about to be commence the kinetics aspect of things, we
Yes.
take one last break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna throw a lady out a window.
Yes.
Or put some. Wait, which one are we doing?
You're abducting her in the non-throwing out the window aspect of things.
If there's a freight elevator, it's probably all good. We'll do it.
I like the window idea.